Hello and welcome to Toy Vet episode 28. This is a show where I react to upcoming toy releases. I have here a list of upcoming toy releases that I saw, knew that I would want to take a second look at, put them on this list instead of taking that second look for the most part, and so I will take that second look here with you. It's been a couple weeks since we've done Toy Vet. Last video we did on this channel was a physical toy store, a look at some physical toy stores local to me, and that video, the quality is really bad. I might redo it because the quality was just on the editing side. I realized some mistakes I made, so I might redo it. We shall see. Also, last week I was working on my other channel, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do every other week this channel, and the other week my other channel, which is a video game channel. At least for a little bit. I don't have unlimited content for the video game channel, really. But anyway, I missed this. I'm tempted to just do one show for each channel a week, just because I missed this a lot. Might end up doing that. Or next week I might end up doing a Toy Vet again anyway, just because some behind the scenes stuff, the video game video might not be ready, but we'll see. So look for this show bi-weekly probably, but there's some chance I might keep doing it weekly. Either just in addition to the video game show or from time to time when I don't have content, or we'll see. But anyway, let's get into what we have for tonight. As you can see, we have a lot of content planned, which is great. Which that kind of makes me want to do it weekly, just because we're going to have a huge backlog of stuff if we don't, but it's okay either way. So let's get started for tonight, though. First up, Stroll Watermelon Slice Edition, Spanky Stokes. I put this on here because I have a Stroll. I have the Strange Cat. It's sort of like an Abominable Snowman looking Stroll. Very cool. I really like it. I also have a couple blank Strolls, actually. This one's alright. I like the watermelon theme, kind of. Oh, I can make it bigger. I have 3 Strolls. I have 2 blanks and the Abominable Snowman one. I don't necessarily want any more, but this is a cool one if you didn't have one. I'm going to double check that. I know what I have is definitely related to this, and I think it is called a Stroll. Let's see. Yeah. This is what I have. Stroll Chomp, which is kind of a collab. It's kind of like that guy on the side. I think this guy is called Chomp, and it's by somebody, and this is a Stroll, and this is a chompified Stroll, basically. And then I also have some of these blanks. Yeah, these are on deep sale, $15. I got them, I think I got all of my at during a Black Friday sale at Strange Cat, and they were very cheap as well. I have oh, you know what? I think I just have one blank, which is this pink one. I don't know why this says 150. I don't think this is ever 150. I think it was 50. Like, yeah, I don't know why they say 150. I think those were always 50, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, so the watermelon one, definitely cool, but I'm not in the market for one. Although I do like it. Next up, Ice Cream Cat from Rado Kim Toy. This really reminds me of / probably is part of the like Ice Cube Cat thing I've seen in the past, which are like Bean style blind bag figures. If not, it's insanely similar. which may be the case the more I look at it. I don't know. Especially since it's called an ice cream cat, and it's not like Ice Cube related, or like all the other ones are that I've seen. I like that it's see-through and watermelon. It's weird that it has a cone in it still. I guess they probably have other ones that are ice cream and make sense to have a cone in it, but then they made this watermelon one, and it doesn't really make sense to have a cone in it. It's almost like they should have just gone all the way and got rid of the cone. But anyway, kind of neat figure. One of the cooler of these square cats, whether it's related to the Ice Cube cat thing or not. So worth looking at. But next up, second colorway of their PDS Atsu Shark by Punk Drunkers and Momoko Studio. This is available in Taiwan, not available for international shipping. So it's like a shark with abs and a tuna gun arm. And it's a striking white and black, which I do like. I like black as a toy color, I'm realizing. The Dark Frankie I have from McNoise Toys is very dark in color, black, and the stark contrast with this white and black is really cool, and it's a cool figure, but I don't think I'm going to put it on my list. But it's a pretty neat figure. I'd like to see it in other colorways, but this one is pretty striking, and I like that white and black. And we'll talk about white and black some more at the end of this episode, I think, so stay tuned for that. Next, a lot of X posts here, which is stuff obviously from Toys R Evil, is the account we're looking at. I look through their blog. And here they're talking about a booklet of AI generated kaiju characters has been published by Pico Pico. It's sold out. There might be another release, which is already... Oh, that's probably when it came out. They probably added this into the tweet. I don't know. Anyway, I thought this was a good chance to talk about AI just slightly on the show. A lot of people are extremely against AI. I'm not necessarily against it. I don't know if I'd want these to be made into toys necessarily. I don't know. Let's just take a look at them. They're cool designs. A lot of them are very cool looking. And, I take it back. I would like to see toys of some of these, like this guy. That'd be really cool. And, yeah, unlike a lot of people who are sort of into art-related things, like in this case, art toys or designer toys are very anti-AI. I'm not necessarily anti-AI. I almost think it should just be based on the quality. Like, obviously I'm anti-AI slop because it's bad and looks bad. But I've seen quite a few examples of AI stuff that looks good, and I sort of think it should just be judged that way. I know other people have a lot of concerns with it, and legitimately so, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing toys of a couple of these. And I'm not turned off by it being AI. I know there's the argument that the AI is just riffing off of the artist it's been trained on, which is obviously true. I don't necessarily mind that. And then I know there's like it's stealing artist jobs. I don't necessarily mind that aspect of it too, although I get that obviously if you're an artist. It's funny, I was watching a video recently. It was a white guy living in Japan that does sofubi, and he was saying how like every sofubi figure is handmade and hand pulled. And yeah, it's just interesting how hands-on that is compared to what something like this would be if it was made into figures, because the design would be done by AI. Yeah, that guy's cool too. Yeah, but for me as an end user, I feel like I just look at the quality, and there's a lot of benefits to having an actual artist who made something that makes the quality go up. Like there's some backstory and context to the work, just because there is an artist that's not there when there's AI as the artist. But you can't argue with the results either. Like if I just had this on my shelf, it looks cool. Anyway, just something interesting to think about and look at. If this booklet were dirt cheap, I might buy it, but yeah, looking at it, I'm sort of thinking about what if these were made into figures, which I don't think there's any plans for that, but maybe that's something Piko Piko Shimbun should look into, because some of these would make awesome figures. But I know that probably cause a riot too, because people hate AI. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Something on Facebook, that's interesting. I don't usually look at things on Facebook. I probably got this off Toys Are Evil. Invasion Toys X Tanavit 23 presents Imagine Gem Show. Do something like a boss by Little Good Thing. I guess that's what this is called. Is it wood? It's hashtagged Sofubi and Resin Toy. So I don't know. It definitely looks wood-ish. Might be real wood. Might be just painted to look like it. I don't really like the figure. That's a great shot of the figure. I don't really like it. I guess it's like a guy wearing this head as a mask, maybe? Interesting. You don't really see that at first, but see, here's the mouth and fangs of what's on the head, and here you can see another mouth and face right there. Yeah, don't really like the figure, but just taking a look because it might be wood. I can't really tell if it is, though. Maybe it is, though. It has these fibers on it. Or maybe that's just cat hair from where it was made. Anyway, interesting to look at. Next, from Kika Goods, Joy Twinkling Starlights Series Blind Box. These are obviously some very feminine dolls, doll type blind box. Crimson Moon's Prayer, Moonlight Galaxy. Eternal Night Bride. They have very cool names. And they have a very, like, interesting look to them where they almost look like they're wet ink or something. Probability of the Eternal Night Bride is 1 in 96. Yeah, maybe it's these like translucent liquid. These parts look like liquid kind of, and it gives the whole figure, her hair too. It gives the whole figure that look of like a fresh painting or something. Yeah, the hair is well done on these because it's like a separate material almost. It gives it the whole thing a look. And the clothes, the glove, the accessories. Yeah, these are great actually. As I've talked about before, I don't know if I would ever get dolls just because it's a very feminine thing to collect. And I don't know that I should necessarily be jumping onto that ship. Seems like might be a bad idea, but some of them are so well done, makes you want to. The skirt has built-in LED lights and a battery, which makes it glow. For all of them, I guess? Maybe that's part of this look I'm seeing. Maybe that's why they're called Starlights series. Very interesting. Very well done. Withering Nightingale is the one that's like floating. I'm going to put this on my list just to keep in the back of my mind. If I ever did jump into the doll collecting thing, which I don't think I'm going to do, or if I just made an exception, these would definitely be on the short list for that, but yeah. Anyway. Blue Tengu introduces a new yoke to his lineup with Tetu Toropado. This is interesting. Just because of what it is, I put it on here. I think it's a toy of these like bulkhead things you pile up by the edge of water. I guess this is probably something that's in Japan. This shape, and they just pile them up together to make a like barrier on a beach or a shoreline. There's some similar things near to me, kind of, but I think I can't picture where I've seen something like this. I think I just think of, there's a couple of shorelines near me that just have a wall. And some of them might have rocks that are similar to this in a way. I don't know if the rocks are a man-made shape like this, so it's very interesting. It's a cool little toy. It's a cool little toy regardless, and then just knowing that it's just like this bulkhead thing with a face on it, it's pretty cool. I'm actually going to save it, because if it turned out to be really cheap, why don't we look? Let's see if these are for sale. Here's... Okay, here they are. This is the Instagram page of this guy. I don't know if they're for sale online. Doesn't look like they necessarily are. Maybe they're just for sale at Super Toy Fest 2025. Yeah, I'm going to put them on my list though, just because it is a cool thing. Alright, next. Available in Singapore now are McDonald's X Tokidoki charms. But you get these at McDonald's, it sounds like, because it says you pay this amount in addition to any meal after breakfast hours. Pretty interesting. I just like the McDonald's. I like toys that reference fast food, and I don't always like official collabs and stuff, but these are pretty cool. I guess there's just 3 of them, and no Ronald. Interesting. The Hamburglar one's cool. Grimace, I don't really get what's up with him. Or Birdie. Birdie's like a minor character, kind of, although I do remember her from childhood from Play Places. Grimace, I don't know what his deal is, but he's more recognizable. Hamburglar's really cool. With any Chicken McNuggets meal purchased. or you can buy a full set. Yeah, they're pretty cool little charms. They just seem like cheap little charms, but they're kind of neat. They come with all this stuff on them. I don't know if I necessarily like that it has this little food piece and this big strap thingy on it. Interesting, worth looking at, but yeah. MKX2-G2B05 from Machine 56. $305. That's very rich. It's a 12-inch tall, posable, 1/6 articulated action figure. It's a very interesting cyberpunk looking guy. Looks like he's wearing real clothes. He's got like a cricket bat that he is going to use as a weapon. A very detailed jacket. Very detailed helmet. He's got a hood. Looks like he might have a hat. Posed really well there. I'm not always super into action figures. This one's very cool. Very expensive though. Yeah, I'm not really interested in it, but it's very cool looking. Alright, that takes us to the final part of the show where I look at 2 Instagrams we check I would say every week, but we're probably doing this show less than once a week now. 2 Instagrams we check every time we have the show. Mechnoise Toys, one of my favorite Sofubi brands. Let's see what they have going on recently. I haven't looked at them for a while. So I'm not totally sure where we left off. Let's see. We can skip this Evangelion stuff because I'm not into it. That figure's really well done, the yellow one. But yeah, I'm not into Evangelion. Did I look at this? Special release at Amazing Toy Show. Black Ace Mark II Rainbow Venom one-off by Mike Braining. I think we looked at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. It's very cool if we didn't. Yeah, there it is with a Black Ace Mark II Gundam and this guy too. Wow. The Evangelion bust is really big. I didn't realize how big it is. More EVA stuff. What's this? Order starts July 8th to 11th. Black Ace Mark II GX Fighter. I thought they already did this. So this is sort of an homage to Gundam, I would say. Did we go through this last time that I went looking for the original list? Okay, here it is. Maybe this was just a little preview of this listing that came up just now. I guess that's what happened. And what's this? Yeah. Oh, advanced release, $1,800. Maybe that's another country's money though, I don't know. So this is what you want to look for in a Mechnoise Toys release. There's 20 of them, and it's $230 plus shipping. It's way cheaper than a lot of their lower run one-offs, special editions and stuff. They make like 20 of these. You're probably in a lottery to get them. You have to fill out an application. But yeah, it's that 230 is a lot of money, but you're getting a very big figure, 32 centimeters, 12, almost 13 inches. This is the size of the Dark Frankie I was talking about earlier today that I have from Mechnoise Toys, and this is the format it was. There was something like 20, it was something like $230. The shipping is not horrific to the United States either, actually. This comes from Hong Kong. So if you want to get a Mechnoise figure and you're like, man, they're way too expensive, the ones I see are like $800, wait till they do it. This is like their general release where they have 20 of them for like $230. So wait for something like that. And this is why I check it so often, because I was thinking about jumping on one of these as part of my last hurrah project, where I'm buying the end part of that is I'm buying one more big figure before I stop buying as many figures, as I've talked about a lot. I'll talk about it some more in the future too. Especially since I'm about to pull the trigger on some of the plans for that project. But I wouldn't be doing this. And in fact, I'll probably be doing a different brand, as I think I've talked about. And we'll look at that brand next. That's the second Instagram we look at. Let's see the other posts here. Here's just the Japanese version with a video, 360. Look how shiny the leg part is right there. The paint is very shiny. There's your pilot. Oh, the glass comes off the pilot. That's cool. Yeah, you can see just how big it is when someone's holding it with their hands like that. There's a skull underneath. I want to see the back painting. Let's see. The back painting is really well done there. I really like Black Ace Mark II. I like that it has that painting on the back. I think it's a game screen, really. And you get two heads, or you get the skull cover, the skull, and this head. Let's see if we can see that painting in here. Yeah, there it is. And it looks, in the video you can see how dynamic it looks with the colors. I just like that there's a whole scene on the back and it's just painted in colors, and I think there's a big potential there for other colorways to have really cool versions of this painting / screen on the back. It's really cool. It's almost like art within the toy. Anyway, I'm not interested in it because it's an homage to Gundam, and I'm not into Gundam that much / at all at this point, really. But great looking figure in another colorway. I'd be interested, maybe. Not my favorite figure from Mechnoise, but might be interested in a certain colorway if it was really cool. But like I said, I'm probably not even going to jump on Mechnoise, because I'm probably going to jump on the other thing we look at every time, Galaxy People. So I think we have to start here, actually. I've been checking this every day because I might jump on a figure if it becomes available, something I'm interested in. Yeah, so I think we have to start here. There's some new Arak figures. This red and gold color scheme. These were available at Design Festa, which at this point is over, I think. So these look great, but, and I think I was saying before when we were looking at the Araks that I didn't necessarily like that it was a black blank, or not that I didn't like it, but I was waiting, not that I was definitely going to buy one, but I thought a colorway might be better. So here's the first colorway that's not a blank, And you know, I think I actually like the blanks better. Like the black, the deep black of the blank really works for a spider. Pretty cool. This post, this guy just has, he has some Galaxy People stuff available at his little booth. Some of his spaceship, some of Galaxy People's spaceships. This was at Super Toy Fest. Then these are for Design Festa, which, like I said, I think is over at this point. Black, white, and pink Gons, and these are the big size. Very cool looking colorway. There is some story behind it. It's based on, I think he said this in one of his emails, or maybe we'll see it in a post coming up. It's based on an Ultraman villain, which I looked up the villain. It's very cool looking. I don't necessarily like that because I don't really like Ultraman, mainly because I don't know much about it. But I know there's some evolution mentioned in it to some degree, which turns me off from it. Which makes me think my probably one big purchase of a big Galaxy People figure should not be based on it. Although, yeah, this is our... Okay, sorry, I had to do a little cut there, and I'm not sure what I left off saying, but... Oh, I think I was saying, yeah, I said we were going to reference black and white again, and this is it. It's a striking black and white color scheme. And I am thinking of getting this size of figure from Galaxy People as part of Last Hurrah. But I think I might skip this one, even though I really like it, just because of the Ultraman reference. Couple more posts here, then we'll see if any of these are still available. These were going to Design Festa as well. These are really awesome. I love Galaxy People's vehicles a lot too, and I'm sort of trying to find a way to, with the budget and the Last Hurrah project, like, can I get a big figure and a vehicle? These are super cool. And I know the spider tank is the new hotness, but these are called cephalopods. It's like a spaceship made out of a squid. Really cool. I think I like them better than the spider tanks, actually. Although I do like the spider tanks, and the sensor bat head, really cool. I also read something on one of his emails or posts or somewhere that this vehicle, the vehicles he does, started as a way just to use the extra heads he had for some reason as part of his manufacturing process. He had extra heads, so he just started making the vehicles to have something to pop the heads on. So each of these vehicles, I think, is just the vehicle with the head popped on it from the smaller figures, which is pretty cool. Then he's got these guys. He said, seems like a while since the Galaxy Bat got an outing. I'm not... It's a cool color scheme. I'm not totally into the head. I don't know. Not totally into this figure. It almost seems like a different style from a lot of what he normally makes. It's interesting. I don't know. He does make these ape heads too, so there is some variance in his style. There's some of my favorite figures from him all have this very similar look. Like, I don't know if we can... Like these guys. These three guys, they all have a very similar looking head. And these, I really like that look. Probably because they have that single eye, and then these like plates. These two have this plated look, or whatever you want to call this. This guy doesn't necessarily have that, but he has the one eye. They're kind of my favorites, although Sensor Bat's really cool too, and I don't mind most of the others. This bat, I'm just going to cut this as I scroll up, sorry, because there's something slightly inappropriate here. And there we are. Yeah, this bat, I just don't know if it fits with the style, but great color scheme though. Then this post, just more pictures of the spider tanks. They do look great, honestly. I just think I like the blank better. Black and white Gons, cephalopods. They look great. It's the bats again. Oh, this guy's called Grappler. And he's one of the guys we were just looking at with the eye. This is a great color scheme. He looks cool. It's one of the smaller figures, which is... I do like them. And if I had unlimited money, I would probably get some. But definitely like his big figures and his vehicles. And... so here he says Design Festa was a big hit, and the spider tanks are selling quick, so he never knows how many to make, but he's going to be upping the numbers for spider tanks in the future. And he has 3 Gons left on the web store. Let's see if they're still there. He does. The spider tanks sold out. These were extras left over from Design Festa. Spider tanks sold out. Grappler sold out. Still has Gons left at 9,500 yen. These are another good deal because they're a big figure, 270 millimeters, almost 11 inches, and 9,500 yen. $65. It's a very good deal. And then shipping, I think, is like $15 if you get the economy. So you're looking at $80 for a figure kind of the size of the Mech Noise and very different style, but yeah, I'm loving the Galaxy People stuff, and I think it's what I'm going to pull the trigger on for my last hurrah project. Anyway, that's it for tonight. We have a lot of content coming up. Might be bi-weekly, might be weekly, might switch a little bit, so keep your eyes out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.